Hello people of Booktube, Megan here, and time for another video. So, Booktubeathon is right around the corner, and I am super lucky this year. I actually managed to time one of my vacations from work for the week of Booktubeathon, so I will be able to fully take part this year, which I am super excited for. That has been something I've been able to do in the last couple of years because one reason or another, like I believe last year I kind of low-key took part in it by just reading, but I didn't take part in any of the challenges or anything, and that made me sad because I wanted to, but I couldn't. This year I'll be able to because I will, well, I can't say I won't be working because I'm going in for a few days because I am insane like that, but I have most of the week off instead of working 40 hours, so I'll take that. That's an improvement. So, for those who do not know, Booktubeathon is a week-long readathon that was created by Ariel Bissett, and I will be just leaving the links to the Booktubeathon videos that are up thus far in the description, because Ariel does a much better job explaining things than I ever could, so I'll do that to avoid any confusion I might cause. And just because I'm not sure if you can hear it or not, it is extremely hot outside. So I have a fan going. It's like 100 degrees out with humidity, and I already had to turn the AC off to film because the AC was far too loud. But there's no way in hell I'm turning this fan off. I will melt into a puddle on the floor if I don't have this fan on at least. So if you hear any buzzing or whirling in the background, that's why. So like the title suggests, this is my 2018 Booktubeathon Tbr. And I am pumped. I am so excited. It took me a while to pick these books out because I have so many unread books that I want to get to. And a readathon is the perfect time to do so because I am motivated, I am pushing myself to read more than usual, and it's just a good time. And I was especially trying to focus on books that I wanted to read or reread so I could decide if I wanted to keep those books and continue on with the series or to donate them. Because apartment lease is up soon, and if we move, I kind of want to be able to limit how many boxes I have to pack up, if possible. So, you know, kind of a win-win. I get to take part in Booktubeathon, I got some awesome books I get to read, I finally get to cut down on some of the unread books on my bookshelf, and I potentially make future Megan's life a little easier by having a few less things to pack up. So, the reading challenges. The first one, and I'm going to be referring to my notebook a lot so I don't mess things up. The first challenge is to decide a book by flipping a coin. And let me just grab my coin right now. I very conveniently have just a stash of loose change on my desk, so I got my quarter, and the two books that I will be flipping a coin for are Everless by Sarah Holland, which is a slightly newer release, but it's been one I've been wanting to get to. And then we have Charming by Elliot James, and this is something that a friend of mine recommended to me, and I bought it like ASAP. So, Everless takes place in a world where the rich control everything, even time, and you can sell time off your life, I believe. And that's all I remember from the synopsis, and it sounded cool, sounded interesting. And Charming, our main character, is basically a hunter of sorts. He hunts monsters and things that go bump in the night, and that's really all I know. That's all really I need to know, because I'm on board with this kind of thing. So let's say heads will be for Everless and tails will be for Charming. I suck at flipping coins, so if it lands on the floor, you're just going to have to trust me on what it lands on. Yeah, let's flip that again, because that was a lousy flip. There we go. That had a little twirl to it if it caught on camera. And I caught it like this. We're going to go based on this side. And it is tails. So we're going to be reading, yes, it's not upside down. We are going to be reading Charming. The second reading challenge is to read a book about something you want to do. This one was really hard for me to choose from. I was staring at my bookshelf for like ever, mentally going over everything I knew about each book, being like, okay, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. There's no way in hell I'd be able to do that, even if I wanted to. Until I came across The Iron Trial by Holly Black and Cassandra Clare, and this is book 1 in the Magisterium series. And I have read this book already, but it's been forever. I have fallen behind in the series. It's something that I want to reread to kind of refresh my memory as I catch up. And plus, it's been a while, so I'm not sure if this is something that I'm going to want to keep. I don't know if it's something I'm going to want to reread again and again and again. So, going to be rereading it to decide that. And it is something I've always wanted to do. I've always wanted to go to a magical school. Like, ever since I read Harry Potter at the tender age of like 9 or 10, that has been something I wanted to do. So, you know what? Magisterium has a magical school in it, so there we go. The next challenge, which is challenge number 3, is read a book and then watch the movie adaptation. This is something I've been wanting to do anyway. I've been trying to read books and then watch movie adaptations to do kind of a discussion or rant video, depending on how it goes. And this works out perfectly because I've been wanting to get to this. And it is Inkheart by Cornelia. I cannot pronounce her last name to save my life, and I'm so sorry. Funk. And this is book 1 in the Inkheart series. I read this book like ages upon ages ago. Like, before I started book 2, back in like middle school? Yes, it was middle school. So yes, and this had a movie adaptation that I did see, but I can't remember anything about. So, yeah. I got my Inkheart copy right here, and when we get close to Booktubeathon, I will either get it from the library or rent it through Amazon, I don't know. And for those who don't know, Inkheart, we focus on our main character, Meggie, and she finds out that her father can read things out of books if he reads them aloud. If he reads book aloud, you know, anything can come out. It could be a sickness, it could be a bug, animal, even people. But when he reads something out of a story, something from our world goes into the story. I can't remember a lot of the plot points, but it was amazing. I loved it, and not just because the main character had a similar name to me. The next challenge on the list is to read a book with green on the cover. And this is a reread for me. I didn't get a review up for it, and I read it a while ago. And it is Fangirl by Rainbow Roll. I actually forgot I owned this book. It was in storage for a while, and when I saw it, I figured, you know what? I can't really remember how I felt about it. It was kind of overall, I believe. So I wanted to reread it, revisit it, see if my opinions changed, and either keep it or unhaul it from there. And yeah, cover is very, very light green. The next reading challenge is to read a book while wearing a hat the entire time. You know, you can divide up the reading time for this book, but whenever you pick up this specific book, you wear a hat. And that book for me is going to be Wicked Lovely by Melissa Marr, and this is book 1 in the Wicked Lovely series, and it is about dark fairies and humans. Now, whenever someone mentions dark fairies, first Holly Black is the first author that comes to mind. Melissa Marr is the second. So, I haven't read this book in years, and I'm really excited to pick it back up because I can't remember much about it, but I'm pumped. I'm excited, and I have 2 hats to choose from for this. It's going to depend on my mood when I pick this book up and the temperature outside. And those hats are this cute little gray one. Yeah, I like. Or, you know, if I'm feeling in a more geeky mood when I start Wicked Lovely, or I'm outside and need something to block out the sun, I got my Ash Ketchum hat. Yeah. Because I want to be the very best. But no one ever was. To collect them is my real test. To read them is my cause. I want to be a bookmaster. And it is far too hot to wear a hat right now, so I'm going to take this off and just put it right there for now. Reading challenge number 6 is to read a book with a pretty spine. And this one was hard for me because the books I kind of wanted to choose from, some of the spines were kind of bland. And then I saw The Song of the Current by Sarah, I'm going to butcher this last name, Tolsler? I'm going to have to look up how to pronounce that properly. And first off, the cover is pretty. I'm not sure how well you can see it. The spine, I think, is just as pretty. not 100% sure what this is about. This was a very impulsive buy for me. I had a gift card. I thought the cover was pretty. I vaguely skimmed the synopsis and I'm like, okay, this sounds like it's right up my alley. I'm gonna buy it. It's been over a year since then, I think. And like every year, the 7th challenge is to read 7 books. And I believe I only have 6 there, so I need to come up with number 7. And I picked Long May She Reign by Rhiannon Thomas. And I'm not sure if this is part of a series or standalone. I forgot to check. But this has been on my shelf for a while. I think at least a year. I think it came out last year. Our main character, Freya, is like, let me just double check the number, 23rd in line for the throne. So she's accepted and she's cool with the fact that she's never going to sit on the throne. Up until a horrible accident happens that kills not only the king, but everyone like close to him in line for the throne. Meaning what she never expected to happen is happening. And I believe a lot of this book is her coping with this sudden responsibility that is thrust onto her shoulders, as well as trying to gain the respect of the people who are supposed to listen to her, and it just sounded really intriguing. So yeah, that is my Booktubeathon Tbr. I'm gonna be real with myself, I doubt I'm gonna finish 7 books to begin with, as much as I would love to, but realistically it's probably not gonna happen. So even if I can read like half of these in a week, I will be totally fine with that. So yeah, that's what I'm going to set my goal at, to read and complete at least 4 of these challenges. I think that's a good goal. And I don't really have a good way to end this, so that is it for my Booktubeathon video. Who else is taking part in Booktubeathon this year? What are some things that you were looking forward to reading, or challenges you are very looking forward to taking part in?